of a show.
The following Pokemon that we're going to discuss are based on a famous Australian pixel artist named Paul Robertson.
Yeah.
And these are all based on Australian things.
Things. Yeah, we've got architecture, animals, cities,
Swear
slang
words.
terms. Yeah, anything.
Anything.
Yeah.
So stick around and we'll explain 151 of them.
Rolls, and rolls with two S's.
What's a roll?
What's a roll? I mean, it's a sausage roll.
Oh.
It's the best. Sausage rolls is pastry, meat inside, put some tomato sauce on there.
Yeah, I noticed that the third one has red stuff on it. Is that you had hot sauce?
That's the tomato sauce.
Oh.
And you always put tomato sauce on it, on a sausage roll.
Got it.
A yo-yo. It's actually a yo-yo biscuit. My mom used to make them when I was a kid. It's like a little sandwich cookie.
Tim Tams.
Tim Tams.
All right, let's just take a look here.
Amazing.
So this is what they look like.
So it's a chocolate-coated biscuit.
Yeah.
Chocolate biscuit, and then there's also a smooth, softer layer of like a chocolate cream inside.
Try it.
But,
Oh yeah. That's the inside.
the best.
Kind of tastes like a Twix, almost, but different. Lacking caramel.
You can get caramel Tim Tams.
Oh, well, there you go.
Everyone will be in the comments talking about Tam Slammers, Tam Slammers. The best. Cup of tea, coffee, maybe you're going out and having Irish coffees, bit of Baileys. Basically turn the Tim Tam into a straw, drink through it, and just before it gets soft, you're gonna slam it in.
Wait, that turns into a straw.
Yeah. By each corner, just a little bit. And you have one side as a straw, one side into
Oh,
the
you're
drink.
like literally sucking through the...
Yeah. You gotta make sure it gets slammed before it completely falls apart and falls into your cup.
We did it with Twizzlers licorice. We would bite each end off and like suck it through the thing. But then the carbonation of the pop would just make it terrible.
Arnott's Biscuits is a brand in Australia that makes a bunch of different biscuits. Or cookies, you say. So Tim Tams are made by Arnott, and then they do other like variety packs.
So Arnott is the company.
The company that makes the biscuits. They've got a Tim Tam on his tail, which is so adorable, and a couple of the cream biscuits around there. Ayers Rock. I have not been there. No, I wish I had.
What is the significance of this rock?
It is huge, big landmark in the middle of Australia, but it has a lot of cultural significance to Australians' Indigenous population and the people that lived there. There's a lot of Dreamtime stories about it. Uluru is actually the traditional name of Ayers Rock.
Oh, now is
Yeah.
that the indigenous name for it, or
It
is
is.
that
Yeah, and so surrounding area and the rock is called Uluru.
Yep.
And being Ayers Rock was actually then named after the statesman who found it. And so Uluru is the actual name. A sweet sail, like a sugartail possum or a ringtail possum.
So are these marsupials or not?
Yes, I believe they are.
So
yeah.
marsupials mean that they have a pouch in which they hold their babies until they are able to fend for themselves. Can they fly?
It's like a Buzz Lightyear flying. That's the best way to describe the
Falling with style?
Falling with style, exactly. They've got like the wingsuit. It's got like the little wingsuit.
Do they have a button that goes to Star Command? And like the laser. No, it doesn't.
They do.
I
They
checked.
do.
I checked.
They are, and they're so tiny. They like fit on the palm of your hand. Super cute. And so yeah, they kind of leap tree to tree.
So they glide.
They glide. Yeah. Super cute. Bushtail possum. It looks like it's evolving from a sweet tail to a bushtail.
Now, are these both possums then?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
we've got lots of different possums. These ends, they're a little bit bigger. They got a bushier tail, but they do also glide as well.
Cool.
And then a ringtail possum, that's what I was saying before. They've got them here as a ringtail. That's so adorable.
Because it's like evolving upwards, would you say that they like the artist did a job of being like, this one's like bigger and the next one's bigger, so the ringtail is probably the biggest?
The bigger out of them, still not huge.
But
They're
all
still
like-
only like size of your hand. They're very sweet, very adorable.
I want one.
Tommy just looks like a blob of red. Like, okay, it's talking about tomato sauce.
Okay,
Back to the tomato sauce.
do you call tomato sauce Tommy?
Never.
Had you ever heard it before?
No.
So this is the cool thing.
Either I'm un-Australian or...
I'm beginning to think so. I got the wrong person. I think, like, what it comes down to is, like, Australia on a globe, it looks pretty small and insignificant, but it actually is quite vast in size. And not just that, if you look on the far east,
Yes.
I never started with
East?
west.
the other west.
That's where Perth is, right?
Perth's on the west coast. Yes.
Right, so Perth is quite divided from the rest of the country, and it takes how long of a train ride would you say?
Train? Oh gosh, I know it's like a 5-hour flight or so.
Oh, so there you go.
I mean, really, it's Sydney to Perth is like what? LA to New York? I mean,
Wow,
that's
that's
about the same width as the USA.
Wow, and like you would never guess that by looking at a map.
No, it looks tiny.
Yeah. So what I'm trying to say is because of this, like there are variations within dialects or just slangs that
Slang
may
in
not
general.
cross.
Yeah. Okay, so Tommy is a blob of tomato sauce.
Sure is.
White crow. So it looks like a white crow, like a raven covered in sauce.
Yep.
And saying White Crow is a popular Australian ketchup brand. I've not heard of White Crow.
I will have to Google
I'm
that.
gonna say I'm a Heinz or a homemade tomato sauce all the way. DDoS?
It looks like it's dead horse.
I'm gonna say dead horse.
Like dead horse.
Yes, I'm putting the wrong emphasis on the syllabus. Dead horse. Okay, yeah. So dead horse tomato sauce. I've heard that more than Tommy. The British would change words around. It's like, oh man, we gotta hit the frog and toad, hit the road, pass me the dead horse.
So that's actually a saying.
Oh yeah.
So if you
I've
wanted-
heard dead horse more than Tommy.
I tried Googling dead horse to see if this was a real thing. Here I am looking up dead horses. Meanwhile, the FBI and this is like
you're gonna be on a few lists from now on.
right.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. Not often. I haven't heard it referred to by multiple people, but I have heard it a
So
few times.
pretend we're at a pub and you want ketchup. How would you say it to me?
There's some people a lot more ochre than I am that'd be like, dead horse. Can I have the dead horse?
What is
The
ochre?
tomato sauce. Just as Australian as they get. Really ochre.
Dead horse.
And yeah, so they'll be busting out all these different slangs and terms and all this kind of stuff. It's probably the best way to describe
I like it.
an ochre Aussie.
Cool.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Party pie in the same lane as the sausage rolls. They're, party size. So it's great for, you've got party pie, sausage rolls, and your fairy bread at a kid's birthday party. And then a 4 and 20 is one of the brands of meat pies. So they're like your man-sized, real-sized pie.
And I noticed there's red on it, so I'm guessing that's more.
It's more dead horse.
Yeah. A dead horse pie. Alright.
Okay, a corker. So a corker is kind of slang term as well that you could just
Corker.
yeah. So something that's like really good.
Oh.
Somebody could be a corker.
Yeah.
Like that. They're really funny. They're really good.
So could a movie be a corker then?
A corker? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a corker of a film.
So it's like a positive adjective.
Yeah. It is.
Me trying to figure out what the word to describe a word was.
Yeah. No. But that corker is it's something that's good. A real corker.
Cool.
Yeah. Kubra. This is great. This thing looks so cool. So an akubra is a type of hat.
Right.
And so, in the outback, I suppose in the US or parts of Canada where you got your cowboys,
Yep.
even, Mexico, your cowboys. Australia with guys from out in the bush, out in the outback, they're kind of Australian cowboys.
Okay.
And their hat is the akubra. And then you can also get them that have strings of corks hanging on them
And what would you use that for?
to keep the flies away.
Does it actually work?
Yeah. Well, you would have a lot more flies without the corks, let's just
What
say
do
that.
the corks do? Is just because it's
Because
moving?
it's swinging and moving, it's
So-
kind of swatting the flies away. Yeah. And the flies at home compared to here, they're just slow, chilling, it's no big deal. At home, they drive you routine.
What, like the kind of thing
In
they
your
say,
eyes, up
face?
your nose, in your mouth. They're sticky. They're like, you can't get rid of them. Flies are everywhere.
I always find that frustrating when there's like fruit flies. I'm like, you have the entire house to fly in and you choose right in front of my face. Like
all the time. Yeah. Ozzy Ostrich. My generation and older, maybe not younger, would really know Hey Hey It's Saturday. It was like a variety show back home on a Saturday. Hilarious, always funny. And there was
what year?
Years, when I was growing up, it was throughout the 90s, but it was well before then. I think it started in the 70s.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it spanned that long?
Yeah, 30 years or so on the show.
Whoa.
And yeah, Ozzy Ostrich was just kind of one of the characters. And there was also Plug a Duck. And yeah, they were just in great big costumes and, you know,
Is it the equivalent of Sesame Street?
No.
Is yours better or worse?
It's the more adult version, I suppose. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So it was kind of prime time to late TV.
Oh.
Yeah, not a kid show.
When I think of people in costumes like that, I would imagine it would be like Sesame Street, ABC's 1, 2, 3s, but apparently not.
No, not on this one. We're back to cricket. You ever seen a game of cricket?
No, I have no idea. So okay, well let's start. Okay. What's the stump? We'll start there.
The stump. Okay, so you've got 3 posts basically.
Okay.
That are bung into the ground.
Yeah.
And then you've got the bales that sit on the top.
Okay.
And they're just balancing on the top. So you're playing cricket, you're going to get somebody out, the ball hits the stumps, and the bales come loose.
And if they come loose, that's how you get someone out?
Well, I mean, you hit the stumps, they're out, but
yeah.
it just looks pretty dramatic when you see, like, bales going flying.
Oh, so the bales are basically just the fireworks of the...
of the stumps. You got 3 stumps, and then 2 bales.
Got it.
Yeah.
So it's kind of cool that it evolved and has all the pieces together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. A dim sim. So at home,
it's not dim sum.
It's not dim sum. It's a dim sim.
Oh, okay. Because I know the difference between those 2.
Yeah. Deep fried.
Yeah.
And inside, usually some kind of meat.
Any kind of meat?
Mm-hmm.
Mystery meat. It's like
mystery meat.
It's like maybe raccoon. We don't know.
Do not confuse them with Chinese dim sum. They're not Chinese.
You'll be disappointed if that's what you're going for.
Chico roll. It's like the bigger version of a dim sum. Slip, slop, slap. They look amazing. That is great. So Slip, Slop, Slap was a huge campaign. It's still going. Promoting people wearing, you know, sunscreen, protecting themselves out in the sun. Slip on a shirt.
Yep.
Slip on sunscreen.
Right.
Slap on a hat.
Nice.
Mitre 10.
Yeah.
So Mitre 10 was a hardware store. I think there's still a few around, but of course stepping into this next Pokemon called Bunnings. Bunnings is huge homewares. And at a hardware store, you've got all your gardening, I mean anything you can think of,
yep.
Bunnings is gonna have it. Master, I even had to double check this one. I'd never heard of Masters, but again, hardware store. But yeah, Bunnings got that monopoly going on. And
wow. I guess that's why that last one there is like a ghost Pokemon.
Ghost
because
Pokemon.
it's dead.
He's dead. Oh, poor
Rest
Masters.
in peace.
Yeah. Pego.
Pego?
Pego.
The dirtiest things come to my mind right now.
Mine too.
Okay, we're cutting that one out.
So Peg.
I can do this.
Not to be pegged.
Not the verb.
Not the verb. No, peg or pegs are like your little clips for your clothesline, your washing line. Line for a clothesline, and then the hoist. I'm liking the hoist. So a Hills hoist, that one was invented in Australia. So you back a clothesline, it's almost like picture a giant umbrella that doesn't have a cover on top. Oh, that's a Hills hoist.
I don't support or condone or encourage this, but we're going to talk about a drinking game called Goon of Fortune. What is Goon of Fortune?
Goon of Fortune, you would use your pegs.
Right? We're learning here.
Yeah, and you would peg up the bag of goon, which is the bladder inside your boxed wine. Super classy. Pegged up on the clothesline, you spin it around, everyone's lying on the grass underneath, and whoever it lands on is gonna scull some goon.
Nice.
Yeah, and goon is usually cheap and fruity, sweet wine.
Now, I heard that the goon, which is like this the bladder of a bag, you would blow up
Afterwards?
and then use it as a pillow.
As a pillow. The greatest camping pillow ever. That's great. That's so great. The bog Pokemon, huh? A bog. I don't know if bog is used as a term slang for like poop over here.
No.
So crab, bog.
Bog. When I think of bog, I think B-O-G, which is like a mix of a swamp and maybe poo. I don't know. I've never checked personally.
Never checked it. So sometimes bog, like if people saying I need some bog roll, it's toilet paper.
That makes sense now.
Yeah. I love this one, the shitter. The shitter.
I wonder if I'm gonna be demonetized from this.
Just blank out what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Or maybe because of my lack of the hard R, they might not know what it is.
I need a bog roll. I'm going to the shitter.
I'm going to the shitter, I need some bog roll.
Yeah.
100% heard that multiple times
Yeah.
in my life.
Can you go further and say, hey, throw some shrimp on the bobby? I'm gonna go to the shitter.
We don't call them shrimp. We don't call them shrimp.
Oh.
Misconception, they're prawns.
Oh.
Yeah, that shrimp on the barbie thing,
I'm so ashamed.
Dunny. So this is where you could put it together. So a dunny, like D-U-N-N-Y. Dunny is another slang for the toilet, or more specifically, your outhouse. So there's plenty of people that still have like a toilet out back. Before there was indoor,
Plumbing?
Indoor plumbing, indoor toilet.
Do you have 2-story outhouses there?
Are you kidding? 2-story outhouse? Yeah, exactly. So a dunny, or even they'll sometimes get called a long drop because it's a long drop into that blowhole. Yeah. So you'd be like, all right, I'm going out to the dunny, need some bog roll, balo. All right. So like a bale of wool.
Oh.
And it's a cute little shapey.
Did you have the nursery rhyme Baba Black Sheep?
Yes, of course we did. Yeah, I think everyone had that one, didn't they?
I don't know. I'm just checking. Anyone else out there from any, I guess, English-speaking countries? Do you have that Baba Black Sheep thing?
Rhyme.
And then anyone from, I'm sure I have German viewers. Is there the equivalent of it?
That would be interesting to find out.
Yeah.
I don't know. Always grew up with Baba Black Sheep as well. So curls. And
curls is because the sheep wool is very curly.
They're curly, yeah. So like a mohair. I think I'm pronouncing that right. A mohair sheep, super soft, super fine, and it does. They're cute little like ringlet curls.
Do you turn that into anything? Like, do people ever shear them and then make stuff out of it?
100%.
Like blankets?
Blankets, knitting jumpers, making people socks.
Okay, wait, what's a jumper?
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I forgot. You guys don't call them jumpers. Like a sweater.
I would not have guessed.
I know, a jumper makes no sense.
No.
Woolies. So this is two things, because Woolies is a supermarket chain.
Oh.
Yeah. So Woolworths, which has now been shortened, and they do just say that their name is Woolies. VB is Victorian bitter.
Okay.
Beer. You can get them in stubbies. Call back. Green can. It's got its little, gold logo. VB. That's it. Yeah. And it's an acquired taste. Not everybody enjoys a VB.
So now is this like a higher class type of beverage, or is it kind of like, hey, nice tooth kind of beverage?
It's the working man's beer. There's, other people that enjoy it, but definitely me growing up, it's the working man's beer.
Got it.
For sure. Six pack of beer. Slab is 24 cans in a case. So I do miss not being able to buy a slab here in Vancouver. Stony the stonefish. I was just talking with somebody about this recently. We got talking about dangerous Australian animals and stuff, and the stonefish is one of them.
What about it's dangerous?
They're I'm pretty sure it's poisonous.
Oh.
They've got, and it gets camouflaged in under the water.
Right.
So stepping on those things and it can
it injects a poison or a neurotoxin to you, which can create a paralysis-like symptom. So I think that's what these stony fish are.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Toady, that is hilarious that it has the hair as well. So this particular one, I believe it's referring to Toady, who is a character on Neighbours. Neighbours, the soap opera at home, super popular. Toady was a big character back in the day. Damper, that's pretty cool too. Damper, it's a bread, like a no yeast bread. Ochre, there you go.
We got to something.
And how are they describing ochre? Oh, okay. Yeah.
Read it out. What does it say?
It's various Australian insults for dumb and hickish people. I never referred to myself ochre being dumb or hickish. I would say more that you are, but then I suppose, I mean, you're using a lot of slang. There's that connotation that people that don't speak the Queen's English maybe hickish.
Yeah, I get it. It's more like the more slang you're speaking, people may associate it with like
uneducated.
Uneducated, exactly.
Yeah. There's Australianisms oozing from every hole.
Australianisms.
It's like they're super.
It's like Tim Tam, just
coming out, no. Drongo is more of an insult. Calling somebody a drongo is like you calling them an idiot. Like,
is it derogatory?
Who is this drongo? Yes. So drongo is one of the ones that you can't really use as an endearing term. That one is an insult for sure. And I do like that they've got a mullet on it as well. That's the stereotype. You're looking for like a drongo Aussie bogan. He may be in a sheep shearer bluey and some stubby shorts. Drinking beers with a mullet.
I'm not wearing stubby shorts. My testicles are well secured.
And then look at that, the drongo evolves into the bogan. I love it. So it's hard to describe bogan. I suppose most North Americans would think the closest would be like trailer trash, redneck kind of thing.
Yeah. So when I think trailer trash, white trash, they're synonymous. I think of someone who lives in a trailer, puts Lucky Beer outside and shoots at it. Like, actually. Yeah.
I mean, say there's bogans that have done that with BB, 100%.
Yeah, and they wear shirts that look like this. They buy at Walmart and they're white, and we call them wife beaters. Because domestic violence is very prominent in said individuals.
Yeah, and I mean, wife beaters are also referred to with these ones too. Or a sheep shearer. You see a lot of sheep shearers wearing them. Or just a bluey.
Yeah. See, this is cool. I love that there's cross-cultural references there, and I like that. Well, I mean, it's probably bad that we both call them white beaters.
That's pretty hard.
But it's interesting.
I find it very interesting that worldwide, all people that beat their wives seem to wear these singlets. That's more of a worry.
Oh, maybe that's what causes it.
The singlet?
It's like, yeah.
You just feel mad tough with the guns out?
I do. If I had a wife.
Through that.
Yeah.